Well, Tony, you already know what this looks like because I've just given it to you, but now you get to watch how it was made. You can see that I went with the red. If you'd like to follow the process of turning a block of wood like this into a guitar like this, then you've come to the right place. And if you would like to see me give this guitar away, click subscribe, hit the bell. And it's time to give it away.
Oh no! You're gonna make me cry.
Wow, that is beautiful.
Oh, I have to give you a hug.
Welcome back to Let's Build a Guitar. I am counting down the days till I get this one done. One who's getting this guitar watches. He knows he's getting this guitar. His name's Tony. He is a veteran of the Army. He's ended up in the hospital a lot lately with, I know, a minor stroke and some dizziness and things going on. But we're going to get this guitar put together for Tony. As I'm sitting here sanding on Tony's guitar, once again, we're getting this ready to be stained for him. It's getting pretty close. I'm at 320 grit sandpaper. But what I want to point out is the grain on here, which is really pretty. This is a leopard wood, and leopard wood, like a lot of other types of wood, you've got grain that is harder and you've got grain that is softer. And you've actually got to be careful at how much you sand. If I keep sanding and over sand it, I will end up with little dips and valleys and mountains here. All right, so this is the fun part, I think, is when we start to stain it. Tony said either dark red or a deep purple. And I was kind of teasing about doing a pink polka dotted one for him. I think we're gonna go with the pink polka, no, not really. We're gonna go with the deep red. Some cherry red, and then I've got some cherry red with a little mahogany, so this will be darker. I've got Tony's guitar stained. I've now got it sanded down with 600 grit sandpaper. Just need to dust it off and it's ready to clear coat. For clear coating, this usually takes me upwards of right around 2 weeks for clear coating because I will put about 21 or so coats clear coat on. I'm going to do something different on this one. I am actually going to use a satin finish on the back, and I'm going to use a gloss finish on the front. As I work on Tony's guitar here, I just want to try and show you. I've just started sanding this with the 800 grit sandpaper. Now, I'm hoping you can see this. If you see the little shiny areas, so I've sanded it, but see those shiny areas? Those need to be gone because that means there's a little bit of a dip there. Now, I use one of these rubber erasers. I put the sandpaper around it, but the flatness keeps it flat on the body, and so I want to make sure that I get all of that gone. So I'm going to keep working at that with the 800, get that gone, and then I'll move to 1,000 grit, 1,500 grit, 2,000, 2,500, 3,000 grit, and then I will go to a rubbing compound. But if you're doing this and you're trying to get a good finish, and you see that like that yet, it's not done. You still need to sand till that's gone in order to get it nice and flat. And I'm wet sanding. So if you take a look at this now, you don't see the shiny spots. It's all pretty consistent. This is down to 1,500 grit, and I've pretty much got rid of the shiny spots. I'm still going to be sanding with more, but I think I'm pretty good here from what I can see. Now that I'm going to go to 2,000 grit, I'll start to do these edges. I wait on the edges until I get to the 2,000 grit so that I don't burn through and get down to the actual wood. 2,000 grit is pretty safe on these corners, but you still want to be careful not to over sand it. Well, Tony, you already know what this looks like because I've just given it to you, but now you get to watch how it was made. You can see that I went with the red for it. I've got this sanded down to 3000 grit, and now it's time to take it outside to polish it. And then I've got that table that I kind of did a sunburst top on. I've also got to polish that up. All right, here we go. First sounds out of this one. Just plugged it in, haven't played it yet, so. Kind of loud. Let me turn that. Still gotta intonate it, tune it. I still gotta set the height of the strings yet, but. Well, I believe I've got Tony's guitar done. The glossy front, the matte finish on the back, nice bird's eye maple and some curly on this neck. It's a really pretty neck. That's a Warmouth neck that I had on hand. I hope he really likes it. It plays really nice, and I don't know if you remember, but I just had one guitar that I put together, and like most guitars, I put them together and right away they don't play. Well, that doesn't sound good, does it? You got to set them up and everything. Crazy thing, this is one of the first times where I put this guitar together and I played it, and the action was already pretty dang good. I did lower it a little bit, but it was intonated, which never happens for me. So I don't know how that happened. I guess got lucky, but a couple things we got to do, and then you can go with me, and we're going to give this away to Tony. Tony is the friend of mine that's a few years older than I am. He was a military vet, Army vet, had an aneurysm, brain aneurysm, and it caused a tumor in his brain. He's been a disabled vet for a long time. He used to play guitar a lot. I've told you about him. Some of you, though, this is your first time, so I know it's a repeat for some of you. I'm assuming that before I give it away, you want to have at least an idea what it sounds like. You know, I spent a couple of hours trying to set up to get a better recording system for myself, for you guys, so it sounds a little better, and to no avail. I was having problems, so hey, it's pretty much just the mic on the GoPro that is picking this up, so we'll have to deal with this for now, and I'll try again later. So just went to drop D, gonna add just a little bit of crunch here. Let's see. So just kind of that crunchy. That's with an OCD. Anyway, I know nothing too impressive, but just gives you a little bit of the basics. Just a few little clips to give you an idea of what it sounds like going through this. Because I think we might have a problem with Tony being able to play it. Tony the knucklehead goes to wash dishes the other day, maybe yesterday. And I'm planning to give him this guitar, and he grabs a knife and he cuts his palm of his hand, and he's got 15 stitches in the palm of his hand now. So I'm going to give this to him, and he might not even be able to play it for a while, which is a real bummer, but I want to get it to him soon. All right, guys, next time you'll see me, I'm going to be handing this over to Tony.